club maker, legendary club maker Bob Vokey. A lot of you may not even know you use the clubs that Bob designed, Vokey wedges. They would be going in right now as the 78th and 79th honored members of the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. We're also very honored right now to have with us 16 legends of the game. And let me run through them before we get to hear from our latest inductees. Winner of 15 amateur golf titles, including the Canadian, Quebec, and New Zealand Women's Amateur. And as aforementioned, she was also the winner of La Canadienne, which is now the CP Canadian Women's Open, Jocelyn Bourassa. Winner of the Canadian Women's Amateur, Mid-Amateur, Senior Championships, also a three-time U.S. Senior Amateur Champion, Gail Borthwick. Renowned golf course architect, he's won 7 Canadian Mid-Amateur Championships and 4 Canadian Men's Senior Championships, Mr. Graham Cook. Winner of Canadian Men's Amateur as well as 2 U.S. Amateur titles, was named Canadian Golf Men's Amateur of the Century, Mr. Gary Cowan. Four-time winner on the LPGA Tour Legends Tour titles as well as the PGA of Canada Women's Championship. She is also a member of the Order of Canada, Laurie Kane. A 73-time PGA Tour winner, including 6 Masters, 5 PGAs, 4 U.S. Opens, and 3 British Opens. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Nicklaus. 8-time LPGA Tour winner, the first Canadian to win a major golf championship. She is also a member of the Order of Canada, Sandra Post. He spent over 30 years in golf administration, including 18 years as the executive director of the Royal Canadian Golf Association and internationally renowned expert in the rules of golf, Mr. Stephen Ross. Renowned writer, golf journalist. He's written so many books, so many articles. His most recent piece of work was the Tiger Woods book, the 1997 Masters, My Story. My mentor, Mr. Lauren Rubenstein. She's won numerous amateur and professional titles, including 2 Canadian Women's Amateurs, 1 U.S. Women's Amateurs, and 3 PGA of Canada Women's Championships. Kathy Shirk. Arguably Canada's most accomplished champion. She has she's won 11 Canadian Amateur Championships. She's also the only person to win the Canadian, U.S., British, and Australian Amateur Championships. She's also a member of the Order of Canada, Marlene Street. A 2-time Canadian Amateur Champion, 5-time Ontario Men's Amateur Champion, and a member of the Canada's only World Amateur Championship Team victors, Mr. Warren Sy. He is an 8-time PGA Tour winner, including the 2003 Masters, member of the Order of Canada, and just recently is named as an inductee to the Canada Sports Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Weir. I'd now like to call up Sandra Post to officially welcome our new inductees.
Thank you, Bob. Before we begin, I ask that we take a moment to remember 2 honored members who we lost this past year, Betty Stanhope Cole and Dawn Coe Jones. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2017 inductees into the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. Before I do, I would like to thank Golf Canada for their continued support of the Hall of Fame and the museum. A special thanks to the curator, Megan Gardner, for all her hard work and her efforts and her dedication to the Hall of Fame. And lastly, to the selection committee. Many, many thanks. You know, there are 10 members of this committee and they reach right across Canada from all different aspects of golf. Representing the Hall of Fame members are Graham Cook and Lauren Rubenstein, Past presidents from Halifax, Tom McCarthy, and from Lethbridge, Wayne Peterson. Past chair of the selection committee and the PGA of Canada member from Hamilton, Ian Clark. PGA Canada members from beautiful Banff Springs, Stephen Young, and from Cottonwood, Tiffany Gordon. Representing the golf journalists from Hamilton, Gary McKay, and representing the golf industry from Montreal, Mr. Ted Fletcher. Again, thank you so much to that selection committee. And now let's make some history. The first inductee. You ready, Jude? You ready? Okay. You better raise right. Born in Montreal into an incredible golfing family, Judy Evans dominated women's golf in Quebec in the late 50s and early 60s, winning 5 consecutive provincial championships. Judy is a member of the Quebec Golf Hall of Fame. Judy also won 3 national championships and was a member of 2 Commonwealth teams, the inaugural one in 1959. She and her mother, Dora, are the only mother and daughter combination to have won the Canadian Women's Amateur. For more, it's phenomenal. For more on Judy Darling Evans, please turn your attention to the video screens.
Now she's being inducted into Canadian Golf Hall of Fame. It's long overdue. She was a great ambassador for Canada on international teams. She played great golf in Quebec as a junior, very young player, and dominated for a couple of years at on the Canadian scene, winning the Canadian Amateur.
Judy has a sister, Mary, who is also a nice golfer, and they grew up in a golfing family. And I don't think she had any decision to make as to whether she was going to play golf or not. But she really took to it, and I think from the time she was 14, she was playing. She's, extremely competitive, but in a nice way. And she really, she had such a focus. And being as small as she was, it was amazing how well she played.
It's just a fabulous thing that Judy won the Canadian a couple of times, and her mother. It's wonderful to have that in our history, Canadian history, mother and daughter. I knew her mother just briefly, a little bit, and she was a great competitor, so Judy got it honestly, and I think she instilled that great competitive spirit in Judy.
It just shows how well she was playing in those years. I mean, she really did have a fairly short career, and of course that was due to the fact that she got married and she had 4 little girls, adorable little girls, adorable like she is.
Judy hated to lose worse than I did. And nobody hates to lose worse than I do. But she was a great competitor. She was a great partner because we never said we're sorry for a shot, because we were both trying to hit our best shots. And she's just a very, very caring person and a great friend. And I couldn't be more happy to see her in here. It's her place to be.
You are entering the Hall of Fame in the player category, joining the likes of Marlene Street, Gail Borthwick, and Ada McKenzie. On behalf of Golf Canada, the honored members, and the selection committee, congratulations, Judy, and welcome to the Canadian Golf Hall of Fame.
This is pretty exciting, I can tell you that. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Applebaum, Sandra Post, and the selection committee, Megan Gardner, who's worked so hard for us, as our curator, and Bob Weeks also. Congratulations to Bob. I'm thrilled to be able to share the stage with you. On February 28th, I was at PGA National,